it's Di here from Diane, and this week I'd like to show you how I made this card. I did this card for my Heart of Christmas showcase blog back at the November, and so I really loved it. I just thought it was absolutely beautiful, so I thought I would show you how I made this card, because I did think it was just very elegant, and the inside is very simple. So this time we're going to do it in Whisper White instead of Very Vanilla, and I'm using a different colour for the green, a different green. So I'll go through what we need first up. Oh, come here, I can't even pick them up off the side. So our stamp sets we're going to be using is the Peace and Joy for the holly leaves and the berries. And that's all we're going to be using out of that set. In the Poinsettia Petal set, I'm going to be using Magic and Wonder Bloom This Holiday, as well as Happy Holidays. And the dies, the the little dies, sorry, for making the poinsettia flower. I absolutely just love this saying, and I've used it on so many of my cards this year, because we do need the world to bloom this holiday season, because we've had just so much gloom this year. We need some bloom instead. Okay, and then we're going to use the Ornate Thanks dies, this beautiful edge die here, just to put it on the edge of our card. And that's all the stamp sets we're going to need. We are also going to need our layering circles, and we're going to need the third and fourth size, so 1, 2, 3 and the fourth size up from the bottom. And we're going to be, oh, that's got a lot of dirt on it. We're going to be using both of these for our card front. We're not using any of the scalloped ones, just those ones. We're also going to be using the hammered metal 3D embossing folder, which I really absolutely love. I think it gives a beautiful effect, so we're going to be using that folder today. And the designer series paper we're using is from the Flowers for Every Season. This is a 6x6 pack, and it does have flowers for every season. I think it's just gorgeous. There's lovely colours and lovely things for all kinds of seasons and greetings for all year round, so I'm going to be using that set. So let's go through what we need. Now I've already done a little bit of the work, because I don't bring my big shot into the picture, as you know, so let's go through. We need a card base that measures 5 7/8 by 8 1/4, and that's scored at 4 1/8, which I've already done. For our front of our card, we're going to need 3 pieces. We're going to need 3 layers. One that measures 5 5/8 by 2 1/4, which has got the hammered metal embossing on it, as you can see just there, if I can get it in the right light. Yep. And then this is mint macaron this time we're going to be using. So this measures exactly the same, 5 5/8 by 2 1/4, and it's had this edge cut right on the edge. I've got a thingy in the corner there. Get that one out. So yeah, so that's done. And then our designer series paper, which is from the same set, the Flowers for Every Season. Now we're using the back, not the flowery side, the dotty side. And this measures 5 3/8 by 1 5/8. We're also going to need 2 pieces of card to cut out our circles. One in our mint macaron and one in our designer series paper, and this measures 6 1/2 by 2, and this one measures 6 by 2, because we need 3 circles from each one. So we need 3 of the designer series paper and 3 of the cardstock, which I've already done. So let's move those out of the way. For our tag, we need a piece of the card that measures 3 inches by 3/4 of an inch. For our insert, we need 2 pieces of card. We need one that measures 5 5/8 by 3 7/8, and that's in the mint macaron. And our white layer on the top, that measures 5 3/8 by 3 5/8. And then we just need a scrap to cut out our small pieces, our small poinsettia flowers. And this piece measures, which was just a scrap sitting on the side, 3 inches by 3/4 of an inch. No, 1 3/4 of an inch. So let's get cracking, shall we? We're going to start by pulling all these over here. And I'm going to be stamping using only 2 colours, and that's Poppy Parade and Mint Macaron. So I've already folded and scored my card. This was scored at 4 1/8 and folded. So we're going to then put our 3 layers onto the card. Even though this one is the same colour, it's amazing just how making this piece embossed, how different it will look. So I'll just take the lid off my ink, and we're going to pop some ink glue. Can't tell the difference between ink and glue. And we're going to glue this piece onto the right hand side of my card, the right hand side, leaving an even border along the top, the opening side and the bottom. So once that's on there, we can make sure it's down nice and firm, and that's on there. So then we're going to do exactly the same with this. Our scalloped edge here, with the border, is going to go onto the right hand side as well. So we're going to then pop some glue onto the back of this piece. And we're going to then, place this. It will overlap with the last piece, but we're going to overlap it, but making sure that we keep the same size border on the top of this side, and the bottom again, so that it matches up nicely. So once we've done that, we're going to put our piece of designer series paper onto the top of that, over on this side here. So I'm going to glue that piece into place as well now. Oops. So just like so, and that is just really gorgeous. Bit of glue over the top, but we got rid of him. And our card is starting to come together really nicely now. So let's pop that on one side, because what we're going to do now is we're going to glue our 3 designer series pieces of circles onto our 3 plain circles. But I'm going to have to fill my bottle up. I can see it coming. Oops. When you're cutting out your designer series paper, just try and make sure you get a nice part of the flower, if that's what you're using, or the design, into the circle that is of interest. You don't want a piece that's got like half and halves and things like that, if you can help it, that is. So we've got our 3 circles, and we're going to put dimensions on the back of each of these. So I'll just pop 3 onto the back of each of these circles. And they are just about ready to go onto the card now, so they can just sit over there. With our piece of tag piece, we're going to stamp on here the happy holidays. So before I do that, I'm going to pop it into this punch, which is the Banner Picker Punch, it's called. Banner Picker Punch. That's a mouthful and a half, isn't it? And that will give you that nice flagged banner end there. This punch will actually punch in 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch and 1 inch, and it will give you the banner punch that way or the opposite way, as it's a dual punch. And if you love banners, that's the one to get. Okay, so then we're going to stamp this, and I'm going to stamp this in the Mint Macaron. If I've got any ink on it, and I'm going to stamp it very close to the flag. That's it. And the reason I've done that is because we can then trim off the bit on the other end if we need be. So let's pop that out of the way for now. And we're going to take these three here, and we're going to just look at how we want them on the front of our card. And I think that one with the full big flower goes in the middle there quite nicely. This one will go under here, and we need to trim it. We can do that. If you hear that snoring noise, that's my dog. It's just laying at my feet, snoring. So I'm going to then, that's the way up I'm going to have it. I'm going to then glue that onto that spot just there. Oops. And then I'll put some more dimensions onto the back of my banner. I might put one in the middle, I don't want it to sink. So once we're happy with the placement, actually I think I might put that one there and that one there. Yes, that looks better. We will then attach our circles to the front of the card. The top one, the bottom one first, so that you know that you've got your banner inside the embossed area here, and then the top one after that. Making sure that you keep these within this section here and with the same amount of gap from the top and the bottom and on the sides. With the third one, we are going to pop this so that it just overlaps the two larger circles, and it comes into the middle a bit like so. Right, so once we've done that, oh, I've got an itchy eye, I've got to scratch my eye. I'm going to get my 2 poinsettia flowers, and somewhere around here I've got a piece of scrap paper. Oh, here we go. I've got a bit of scrap, and I'm just going to pop my 2 white flowers onto here. And I have here a couple of daubers, one from mint macaron and one for poppy parade, which I haven't used yet, believe it or not. And I'm going to just open my 2 colours, and I'm going to give these a bit of colour. So I'm going to start with the poppy parade one, and I don't need that much colour because I'm just going to pop it through the middle of the that's all I need on that one, and the poppy parade. Oh, just pop my fingers in it, that'd be right. And again with the mint macaron, I'm just going to go around the edges just to give these a bit of colour, because if they were just in white, they're just not going to show up that much. So I thought, because the flowers on that one is in white, the poppy parade, I would do these in the same thing. So that's all the colouring or daubing I'm going to do on those 2 pieces of flower. Let's pop this out of the way for a moment. Oh. And we're going to just bring these in and give them a bit of a lift. To give the flowers, the petals, that lifted look a little bit. And we're going to pop a glue dot on the back of one of them, just so we can then pop this over the top of the other one, like so. And we're going to pop one of the mini dimensions onto the back of this, so that I can then pop this into this spot here, like so. Let's give him a bit of a lump up. And I have these, they're called Wonderful Gems, and I think they're beautiful. So I'm going to put one, I think I might put a red one in the middle actually. I might use the middle, there's only two sizes, I might use that size. Right. So we'll pop that one in the middle there. Oh, that just looks beautiful with the red against the Poppy Parade. Even though these are supposed to be, I don't know if it tells me what colour they are. Let's have a look, see if it tells me. No, it doesn't actually say. But they're a sort of a rich red colour, so they're beautiful. And that is the front of our card done. So let's pop onto the insert, because you don't want to hear me babble. And I feel like I've done that a little bit. So we're going to stamp our, let's turn the stamp pad around. Our message, which says, may the magic and wonder bloom this holiday. That doesn't look like it's got anything on it. So let's pop that one in there. Oh yes, that's gorgeous. And that's the end of using the mint macaron. So then let's pop the Poppy Parade. Oh no, it isn't the end. What a silly Billy. Let's do that first. Let's open that one up again, and we'll do the holly leaves for in the top corner, and again in the bottom corner. Now we're finished with the mint macaron, and we're bringing the Poppy Parade just for the berries, and we'll pop these in the top up here, and the same down the bottom here. There we go, they're done. Let's close that one up, and we can glue these two together now. Let's pull that bit of dry glue off the top and put in the bin. This one goes over the top of that one and into the middle of our card. And there we have it. There is our beautiful Christmas card. Let's pull the other one in. As you can see, that completely. This one I coloured with the garden green, and this was soft suede. So this one I coloured with the mint macaron and Poppy Parade. And oh, they look just so beautiful, and one in white and one in cream, and they just look so different yet so lovely, and I absolutely think they're gorgeous. I hope you do too. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. There is only 2 more of my tutorial videos for the year, and then I'm having a break, and we'll be back on the 10th of January, but I've got 2 more to go, so don't miss out on those ones, and at least one more will be a Christmas one. I'm hoping to get a little bit ahead because I have just sold my house, so I will be in the process of packing and shifting as well at the same time. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and once again, as I said, and I will see you again next week. Bye for now.